Alright, we've got some interesting little nuggets of what-if-ery, so let's strike with lightning! Hey guys, MasakoX here. As you know, the what-ifs on this channel have been received very well, and that's down to the fact that you guys have been really contributing to how the stories go, with your positive comments as well as your constructive ones. Thanks to all of that, I've been able to come up with stories that have actually engaged you all as an audience, and the fan art I've received from all of them is incredible. You guys are talented. All of this has given me great consideration going forward, so thank you for your help. However, there are some what-ifs out there that wouldn't be able to fill out an entire video, but they are too good and exciting and intriguing to pass up entirely. Today we are back with another what-if lightning round, where I have 3 different scenarios which I'm going to present to you today. If you have a what-if your own, do keep sending them in, because they could either end up being in one of these videos, or in one of their own videos during each month's what-if week, so keep your eye out on there, keep typing away in the comments, and be sure to keep an eye out for when one day your what-if ends up on this channel. Are you guys ready? Let's go! What-if number 1. What if Cell destroyed number 16? I read this what-if many times and it got me thinking. Initially, you would think that this whole scenario would result in really nothing. Once Cell became semi-perfect, 16 didn't really figure in the proceedings and got pushed into the background. From there, 16 was just pushed to the side as his siblings were absorbed by Cell, right up until the middle of the Cell games. Ah, that's where you're wrong. 16, in fact, is quite a major player in the Cell games. Sure, he failed to stop 18 being absorbed by Cell, but actually, 16 is quite a crucial catalyst. He is able to go toe-to-toe with imperfect Cell, and most importantly, he is impervious to Cell's absorption ability. You know, because there's no organic material inside 16, it's all metal and circuits and wires. Yeah, there's nothing to drank on there, Cell. Oh, I remember that scene where Cell is trying to absorb 16, and then 16's just like, nope, nothing doing. Oh, I really like 16. Despite 16's power, Imperfect Cell was very intelligent and very cunning. He used that to great effect by getting around the big guy, giving him the slip, and absorbing 17 anyway. Also, it didn't help that 17 was a cocky little so-and-so. As a result, we got semi-perfect Cell, and nobody except Vegeta and Trunks could actually stand up to him at the time. 16 does his best, but he is severely damaged by semi-perfect Cell's onslaught. Now this is where the what-if comes into play. What if instead of being severely damaged but still able to walk around and talk and stuff, 16 received even more damage? Not even Bulma could bring him back. He would effectively be dead. Cell's attack would be enough to eliminate 16, leaving 18 completely alone trying to make sure that she doesn't get absorbed by Cell. Fortunately for her, Tenshinhan steps in and does his old Shinki Koho technique and allows her the chance to escape. It still looks cool, so I'm not going to deny Tenshinhan the opportunity to look cool just for the sake of an android. For the time being, the events play out as per normal, with future Trunks and Krillin trying to save 18, and Vegeta mucking everything up as he so royally does. I mean, it makes sense, he is a prince and all. 16 is gone, as is 17, and then ultimately 18 is too, as she too is absorbed by Cell. Perfect Cell is here, as are the Cell games, which take place initially as per normal. But here is when things get messy. You know when Perfect Cell destroys the arena to make things a little bit more comfortable? Yeah, that doesn't go too well. Without 16 there to save them, Jimmy Firecracker, his cameraman, and most importantly Mr. Satan are destroyed in the blast. I mean, could someone else come in and save them? Well, perhaps. There are plenty of characters that are fast and strong enough to be able to zip in there and take some people out, but I'm going to assume that people react the same way that they do in the anime, and since 16 was the only one smart enough to think, oh, I better actually save those humans, I'm going to think that things just play out as they do, and that means the humans are destroyed, so yeah, sorry. Mr. Satan is straight up murdered, and as well as any chance of any visual aids coming to light that would show Mr. Satan in a heroic light, so that whole chestnut is nowhere to be seen. Another crucial event happens, or should I say, doesn't happen. Gohan doesn't go Super Saiyan 2. It was made clear in the story that Gohan was really struggling to transform into Super Saiyan 2. The threat of his friends' lives, the whole gravity of the situation, as well as the fact that the world was about to be destroyed, they weren't enough to trigger the power-up. Really? It needed the calm and resolute speech from Android 16 to actually tip Gohan over the edge and trigger the transformation. That wasn't there. Gohan would be left helpless with no one there to support him as they're trying to deal with the Cell Juniors. One by one, the Cell Juniors would off Gohan's friends, and it would all snowball to the point where the Cell Juniors and Perfect Cell are going up against Gohan. Perfect Cell would actually then get tired of Gohan's incapability to actually do anything, and would just actually off the kid right there and then with a single blast. Cell would simply blow up the planet just because he's bored, because he's got nothing to do. Everyone else is dead, Gohan's not going to be doing anything, so oh well. With the cells of Frieza inside of him, it is quite possible that Perfect Cell could breathe in space, because that's exactly what Frieza could do. This would mean that Cell could then set about conquering the galaxy, or going to fight strong people, or whatever his cell-ridden body would like to do. Another side effect would occur. Boo's pod on Earth would be obliterated too. So hey, I guess Majin Buu would be gone as well. Thanks, Cell? Yeah, I know that scenario was a little morbid, but with the brevity of these scenarios, I felt that we could be a little more bold in our approach. What if number 2? What if Goku went Super Saiyan 3 against Majin Vegeta? Speaking of Majin Buu, this little scenario could be quite interesting. As you might remember, Goku hid the fact that he could go Super Saiyan 3 from his buddy Vegeta while they were fighting in the Majin Buu saga, just to make sure that he didn't go too wild. Yeah, that was a really good move, considering the fact that Majin Vegeta was completely bent on destruction, and you felt the need to just kind of pander to him despite people dying. Yeah? And another factor that is going on is that the more that Goku and Vegeta fight, the more energy is being pumped into the sealed ball, which in turn would release Majin Buu, and Goku actually states the fact that they better get on with things, but he doesn't actually think about going Super Saiyan 3. Yes, I know, it's dramatic license, it's there for peril, but in a logical point of view, it doesn't make any sense. So what if Goku woke up and smelt the muffins and chose not to, you know, stall for time by fighting in Super Saiyan 2 throughout the entire fight? I mean, of course, this is Dragon Ball, we have to have some drama. I would have it that the fight begins as per normal, but at some point, Vegeta can actually sense that Goku's hiding something and actually stop the fight and telling him, "Hey, Kakarot, I know you're hiding something from me. Show it to me already!" If Goku doesn't, then Vegeta will blow the planet up. Since Majin Vegeta has proven to be quite unstable, I don't think Goku would think this is a bluff. This might be quite serious. Goku is quite reluctant still, but he then remembers that the more they fight, the more likely Buu will be released, and he actually acts upon it by obliging to Vegeta's request. Without delay, Goku shows off Super Saiyan 3. Sure enough, it is incredibly powerful and Vegeta is no match. In this situation, Vegeta would become desperate, and ultimately, we would get full power Majin Vegeta. Since Goku can sense that Vegeta is stalling for time by going full power, he has no choice but to actually go full power himself and knock Vegeta out cold. Goku then powers down and eats a sensu bean to make sure that he is at full strength. He may be tapping into otherworld energy, so you might not have to worry about that, but this is just there as a guarantor. Since the fight was cut short, Buu's pod hasn't reached full capacity yet. Goku then uses his instant transmission to teleport himself to where Gohan and the Supreme Kai are located. When he arrives, Babidi is shocked and demands to know where Vegeta is. Goku then ignores Babidi and then talks to Gohan, saying that it's all over, Vegeta is out cold, and that Babidi's plan won't work. He and Gohan then power up to Super Saiyan 2 to take out Deborah, who is standing right next to Babidi. Since Gohan in Super Saiyan 2 was about powerful enough to hold his own against the Demon Lord, I feel that 2 of them could actually be enough to overwhelm the Demon Lord entirely. This does mean that more energy is pumped into Buu's sealed ball, but actually I feel that they would be able to get rid of Deborah quickly enough, so that means the sealed ball doesn't activate just yet. It is teetering on the edge though, it is dangerously close. And also remember, Babidi is still there, so he can actually muck things up. And this is the point where the Supreme Kai actually does something. I mean, Shin could at least just tamper with the machine, so that means it can't absorb energy. And fortunately, in the nick of time, the machine is halted and Babidi is left distraught. So they won, right? Well, sort of. They need to get the sealed ball as far away as possible, just in case Vegeta wakes up and actually decides to destroy everything and actually fight with Goku some more, and then Buu would be released. Because as we know, Vegeta does like to muck things up. Altogether, Goku, Gohan, and the Supreme Kai indeed blow up the ball. Since Babidi is now dead, what little control he had over Vegeta is then ebbed away, and and Vegeta returns to full consciousness. The people Vegeta killed are brought back to life, and then once again, peace is restored to the planet Earth. Goku then returns to the afterlife, and now since peace is here, he has no incentive to return. Also, fusion isn't a thing, they didn't need to actually learn it, and it's kind of a bummer for Goten and Trunks. What if number 3? What if Goku killed Goku Black the first time they met? Okay, we're now delving into Dragon Ball Super territory. Back to the beginning of the Future Trunks arc, when the whole time travel mess was actually relatively easy to understand. And that's really not saying much. Goku Black slipped through a time hole with his time ring to follow Future Trunks back into the past, so that means he could meddle in Trunks' affairs. By the time Goku Black arrives, Future Trunks has been able to explain the situation, so that means everybody is clued up. They know that Goku Black is a menace and he needs to be stopped. None of Goku's personality is in there, they can go all out against this guy. So if Goku actually, heeded his friend's advice and went all out right from the beginning instead of toying with Goku Black, I think a lot of things could be cleared up. So Goku Black arrives and is quite keen to test his mettle against regular Goku to see if he's actually gotten any stronger or is able to actually tap into the Saiyan's power yet. The fight would proceed with Goku, sure enough, going to Super Saiyan 2, holding his own and actually dominating against Goku Black, and then instead of mucking around, he goes to Super Saiyan Blue, and that is far too powerful for Goku Black just yet. Zamasu had only just acquired Goku's body, so he hadn't actually tapped into all of his power at this point. He was suffering from Captain Ginyu syndrome. Black is defeated by Goku with a full power Kamehameha to the face. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fight was still quite intense with Goku Black's power slowly increasing, but it wasn't enough. The real question is, what happens now? Well, one thing's for sure, no merged Zamasu. Since Goku Black is now out of the picture, Zamasu would have no one that he would deem worthy to actually fuse with and then fully act out the Zero Mortals plan. But wait, would Zamasu actually still be around at this point? Well, yeah, but not quite as you'd remember. This timeline, courtesy of Konig from the Kanzenshuu forums, does a very good job in simplifying the whole Goku Black Future Trunks arc timeline, and boy do we need that. Basically, if Black was killed, then there would be no point in Goku, Beerus, and Whis going to Universe 10 to try and figure out where Black's ki came from. Therefore, the Kai in training's actual resentment towards Goku would be far less significant. He might have seen Goku power up on GodTube or something like that, but it would be more of a curiosity rather than a deep-setted anger. His obsession would be just that, and it would be nothing more. I mean, I could be wrong here. The whole plot is so screwy and messy that there could be something I overlooked. I am actually going to admit that this could be open to interpretation. If Zamasu still carried on with his immortal plan, it would still make things easier for the group. No Patara fusion wielding gods to worry about. So there we go, just a small selection of what ifs to tide you over until the next what if week. This was pretty fun, so be sure to stick around and wait for some more what if lightning rounds scattered throughout the entire schedule. Thanks for watching! So what do you guys think? Did you like these little what if scenarios? Do you have ideas of your own? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later!